out to anybody that's impatient like me. Vibe out to this. They say that patience is a virtue, but I wanna hit the stage, don't wanna wait for the rehearsal. I just wanna TiVo life, cause man, I hate all these commercials. Can you save me? I'm so anxious, got me racing round in circles. I got so much to do, no time to do it. Sometimes I wanna give up like I'm through with this. But God's been faithful, so I'm doing this. I'm cool with this, but if you ain't with me, then you'll be truly missed. Yeah, see, I'm praying for understanding, but even wisdom dies like everybody on this planet. So I'm trusting in his planning. I don't know what I'm doing, yo. God's made everything in his time beautiful. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. But God, I just got so much on my mind. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. And I'm just waiting on my time. They say that patience is a virtue, and that pain don't really hurt you, but that savior will rebirth you. We've been taking out the game, but yo, that faith will reinsert you. And I ain't nobody famous, I just came to reassure you that you gon' make it. If you need time, take it. We stuck up in the waiting room. It's all about the patience. I know that I gotta face it. I can't control the world cause I wasn't there to create it. Basically, I'm just saying there's a time for birth and a time for dying, a time for speaking in silence, a time for peace and for fighting. There's a time to laugh and a time for crying. In this world that we reside in, we keep finding that it's all about the time. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. But God, I just got so much on my mind. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. But God, I just got so much on my mind. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Everything will be beautiful in time. And there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. I'm just waiting on my time. They say that patience is a virtue, but I feel like time is wasted, man. This pace is like a turtle. But then I'll be reminded that I'm thankful just to serve you. God, your grace is so eternal. They say that patience is a virtue. They say that patience is a virtue. Yeah, they say that patience is a virtue. And there's a time for everything.